Hello, this is Everard Junction again, and this is sort of a layout update with a few other bits and pieces added in. The first thing I'm going to talk about is this Class 58. Now, a few of you have asked me to give you a closer look at the Class 58 because you've only seen it running on the layout. So here it is. It's made by Helgen. It's extremely nice. I'm very pleased with it. I think it's one of the best Helgen locomotives that you can buy. It's a great shape. Looks really nice. It's not quite how it would look when you get it out of the box, so I've made a few changes. The first change I've made is these radiator grills. Now, when Class 58s were built in real life, the radiator grills were black and have been ever since. On the model they're grey, the same colour as the body. I don't know why, I guess they just forgot to paint it. But once you've seen a real picture of a 58, it does look a bit strange when you look at the model and you're like, those radiator grills are the wrong colour. So I painted those up, and I also painted the wheels black. Because one of my pet hates on model trains is when you get a nice model and it comes with silver metal wheels. If you look at any picture of any rolling stock or train, it's very unlikely that the wheels will actually be silver. So I made those few changes, and overall it's a fantastic model and I'm really pleased with it. Right, the second thing I'm going to talk about is this Hornby decoder. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of a warning here, and I strongly recommend that you listen to what I've got to say because it will save you some money. Now, Helgen locomotives have a different motor than most other trains. It's a very good motor, it's very smooth, it's very quiet, it pulls a lot. It's one of the best locos I have as far as its running qualities are concerned. But the problem is with these motors, because they're slightly different to what you would normally expect, is they draw a bit more juice. They're quite hungry. Now, Hornby decoders, this particular one is the R8249 basic Hornby decoder that you can pick up from most shops for about £10. It only has a current rating of 500 milliamps, and this train with this motor and any other Helgen locomotive for that matter, such as this 33, will draw more than 500 milliamps when it's pulling a heavy load or going up a hill. When that happens, there's a good chance your Hornby decoder will overheat and burn out, which is exactly what has happened to this one here, because I originally had this installed in this. Now, a decoder I would recommend to use instead of this Hornby decoder would be any other major manufacturer, as long as you can check the rating for the motor output, or the decoder I'm using in here, which is a Bachmann 8-pin decoder, which has a rating of 700 milliamps. Now that seems to cope fine with the increased demands from the motor, and it really does run very well. So just keep in mind that if you've got Helgen locomotives and you've got this basic R8249 Hornby decoder in it, you are running the risk of blowing that decoder up and permanently damaging it. It might not happen to you, you might have one that works fine, but just be aware that you are risking blowing up the decoder. When I ran this loco in with that decoder, it was fine. As soon as I attached it to these 20 wagons and started going up the helix over there, it immediately cut out and didn't work anymore, and that was because the decoder had exploded. Right, here's the Hornby decoder manual, and you can see here that it says the Hornby decoder is 500 milliamps peaking at 1 amp. So it has quite a low sort of threshold. Its normal is 500. It then goes on to say if this capacity is exceeded, the decoder will cut out. Mine didn't cut out, it just got very hot. I assume it got very hot anyway, and then stopped working completely. It will not revive itself. I've tried everything. You can reset it as many times as you like, and all it does is not move your train. No matter what train you put it in. I've tried it in several different trains, and it's not happy. So I think that one has bit the dust. If we go over here, I've got the manual for the Bachmann decoder. And you can see here it says motor output 700 milliamps. That's a good 200 more than the Hornby decoder, and it seems to run perfectly fine in the train. So there you go, that's my word of advice for you. Right, the next thing is the latest arrival to the layout. This is a Class 47, number 535, University of Leicester. It's exactly the same as my model of Titan 47612, I think. Yes, it's exactly the same as that. It's a cracking model, I really like it. When I first got this particular model here, I swore to myself that I would get another one because it really does run beautifully. As you can see, it's got plenty of detail. You've got handrails, you've got the aerial there, you've got the cab lights and forward lights. Also got rear lights there. The livery is very nicely applied. This is the British Rail large loco livery. The bogies again are very nice, as they are on my other 47. They really do make a great pair running around the layout. So that's the latest arrival. With regards to future arrivals, I might be getting some Class 20s. I'm not sure yet, because Bachmann have just released a Class 20 in red stripe livery, and they also sell the blue one still. So the blue one and the red stripe one working as a pair would look really cool. So I might save up and get some of those. So there you go. This has been run in now, by the way. This is now ready for service on the layout. All I need to do is attach some buffer beam detail to the front, such as this one over here. That's what I've done on that one. And I also need to apply the etched nameplates, which conveniently are supplied in the box with the model. That's something I really think Hornby and other manufacturers should do. It really does add a bit of difference to your model. If you look here, this is called Titan, and you can see it has the etched nameplates, and they come readily supplied in the box with Bachmann. All Hornby's named locomotives, such as my Class 50, which is over here. This is Achilles. This doesn't come with etched plates, and you'll have to buy them off somewhere like Fox Transfers or something. Now, I don't mind doing that, but they're about £4, and I've already spent, say, £70 on a loco, and I'm just going to live with the printed name for the moment. But it would be nice if they supplied the etch plates. They do make a nice addition to the loco. So I'll quickly unpack the etch plates and start putting them onto the loco, because I've got a quick tip to show you how to apply them. Most people tend to apply etch plates with glue. Now that's fine, but if you use too much glue, it'll bubble up around the edge of the nameplate, and then it will look really silly and untidy when you look closely. One thing I always see when I'm looking to buy second-hand model trains on eBay or other places is it always says etch plates applied but some glue residue showing, and then you look at the model and you're like, oh, there's a blob of glue around the etched plate. Now the way I apply etched plates is completely different, and it eliminates the need for glue. Right, now what I use to apply these etched plates with is a very, very small amount of double-sided sticky tape. Now this is really thin double-sided tape, so it won't make anything stick out, and if you do it wrong you can just peel it off and it's fine. It doesn't damage the paint, there's no glue residue left behind. It's I think it's quite a good method, and it certainly works, because all the etched plates I have stuck on using this method have worked perfectly and haven't fallen off yet. So I'll just quickly show you putting the etched plate on. Now all I'm going to do is just apply the buffer beam detail to the front, just using the hoses and stuff that come in the detailing pack. These all fit on quite well. I've had some models where they're really quite tricky and they need a bit of trimming to fit, but these generally go on quite easily, and they come pre-painted as well, which is nice. I just use ordinary liquid poly cement to apply them, the kind of glue you would use for any Airfix kit, and it just holds them roughly in place. Doesn't need to be very strong. They're quite a snug fit anyway into the holes. So I'll just quickly put those on, and then this model is ready to go. There you go. All the buffer beam detail has been applied. Wasn't too bad, just need a pair of tweezers and some patience. So now the front of this looks basically the same as the front of this one. Right, so I guess you'd like to see it running, so might as well do that. Turn off the lights. I've tweaked all the decoders to have a nice slow acceleration rate, so they really take quite a while to get up to speed. So now I'll move on to the next part of the update. Now, as you've probably just spotted, I have ordered an extremely large quantity of SEEP point motors. Now this is because I'm going to point motorise the entire layout. And the reason we're going to do this is two reasons basically. First of all, it will massively improve the functionality of the layout. I will be able to control everything from a central location, and also I'm using Electrofrog points, and I want to be able to properly wire them up by switching the polarity when I change the points, rather than relying on the point blades themselves to conduct the electricity, because we've all had it before. These points at the moment are relying on the rails doing this and providing the electrical contact. By using these and some wiring, the points can be remotely operated, and if it gets dirty or gunged up or some paint ends up in there, it won't matter and the train will still work. So that's basically the reason why I've got them. I'm not looking forward to installing them because there's 18 in total here. Each one needs about 6 wires attached to it, and those 6 wires all have to be routed somewhere. So that's about 114 wires or so that I've got to solder in. So not looking forward to that job, but I'm going to try and do it in stages and do my best to enjoy the process, but I doubt I will enjoy it, to be honest. It's going to be a long job. Now I've started redoing my control panel, because obviously all the points are going to be motorized, so I need a way of controlling them. The old one I designed was well, just very old, and it didn't have all the extra track that I've added to this particular diagram. I've tried to make it as easy to understand as possible, so you've got red for the up line, blue for the down line, and the branch line is green because it operates in both directions. As you can see, that hopefully looks like that. You sort of see the similarities there. I tried to make it as simple as I can anyway, so that's my control panel. Another thing I've done over here is just tidied up the end of the river. This is now ready for painting, and you can see I've just made it all flush and smoothed up to the end. So once that's painted, then I start applying the static grass I've got planned for this area. I will add the river. I'll do a video on how to do that. I'm toying with various methods at the moment. One idea is to use lots of layers of varnish. Other people have had varying degrees of success with just using PVA glue because it dries clear, but from what I've read you have to put it on in lots of small layers and try and avoid it going cloudy. So that could be one route I can take. Other things I've seen is there's dedicated river kits. One that I can remember is made by Woodland Scenics, and it looks like a load of plastic or 2 liquids that you mix together, which forms a chemical reaction, and you pour it into your river, and then overnight it'll dry rock solid, and it looks all nice and clear. So that'll be interesting to have a look at. I'll post some more update videos soon, so bye for now.